Hey, good morning and good afternoon to everyone on the call today. Appreciate you guys joining us. My name is Steve Turner. I'm with Streakwave Wireless. I am the Business Development Manager for voice and video conferencing products here at Streakwave. I have joining me as Jason New, the Senior Training Instructor with Yeastar. So he's going to do a little more technical bits. And Jason, you want to say a few words or tell us about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Steve. Thank you guys for joining today's session. I'm Jason. Glad to be here. Thank you so much for your time. So later, I will just show you guys something, like a live demo about today's Yeastar's PBX hospitality solution. All right, Steve, you can keep going.
Okay, so what we wanted to cover this today because I'm getting a lot more questions in the marketplace about hospitality solutions. So hopefully you are getting those inquiries from your neck of the woods as well, and maybe even are in talks with a group or whatever. But let's sort of start at the very basic point. Jason, I don't think I'm
All
controlling,
right.
so go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead and
sure.
advance. I'll just let you do it.
Okay.
So when you talk about PBXs and their relationship to hotels, motels, and resorts and that kind of thing, these are the three building blocks of what the PBX needs to sort of integrate with or provide services to. So during the check-in, check-out process of a guest, a new guest gets their room. The PBX would set up a voicemail for that person that's private to them, and then when they check out, that voicemail box blows up and is no longer there, so nobody can get messages that were left for a previous guest, etc. This says room service. I'm really talking about room services, meaning I'm not talking about only calling and ordering food and things like that, but more, is the room clean and ready to rent, or is it still on the needs service list? Wake up calls for guests and other services related to mini bars and other things that go on with regard to the room itself and its status in the system as a whole. And then a billing report, meaning that if somebody used a mini bar or consumed some mini bar items, we can track that through the PBX system. Also billing for any phone calls, long distance or local, if those are part of someone's stay at the hotel. So these are the three sort of iconic hospitality pillars that PBXs would handle within relation to the PBX service and the front desk and the rooms and everything else. So go ahead, Jason. Next slide.
Okay.
So as we mentioned, there's certain things that happen in a timeline. So at the reception desk, there's check-in, check-out. A reservation can be made. Grouping rooms together. So if you have a family group, or think of things like people have hotel groups with wedding parties or events like trade shows and things like that. We can set rates for both the billing calls and things like that in here, and then we get the billing report and have a client list as well. Services, like I mentioned before, we can do wake up call services, lock the room. So when guest is due to check out that morning, we can lock the room and his key cards no longer work when he checks out. Is the room clean or needing service? Mini bars and setting D&D. So some customers, when they get to a hotel room, they just set the phone on D&D and they may not use it at all, or they may not want to be disturbed in the evening time. So these are services related to the PBX where functionality can pass through related to the hotel services, specifically with regard to the PBX. So go ahead, Jason, you can advance the slide. So, what's involved in a hospitality solution? This by far is the most seen sort of LAN architecture. You would have a PBX, in this case, the Yeastar S series, connected to the LAN. You would have IP phones for office and management, catering, sort of business services type extensions that unrelated to the guest rooms. And then typically, especially in a hotel that's already constructed and looking to change their current PBX, you would see analog wires to the room. And that's simply a factor of, we are seeing some people pull new wire, or if the construction was relatively new and there was Cat5, but they put analog phones in initially, you could convert the Cat5 and make it a full IP system. That doesn't happen terribly often, and that's mostly given around the expense of rewiring, all the floors. From, if it's an older hotel, Cat3 analog wire, that pull of the new Cat5 or Cat6 wire is an expensive proposition relative to the hotel property just changing over. So we see this architecture most of the time where we're using FXS gateways to then aggregate those analog lines and bring them back to the PBX and still speak SIP overall in the system at large. So it makes for a fairly easy installation. You can, you take the Cat3 wire and drop these gateways directly in, register those to the, base PBX that you put in at the, for the property at large, and then sort of everything's really a web management over GUI. And Jason, if I'm not mistaken, they can also manage the PBX through the management platform as well with Yeastar. So you could even have, remote maintenance and things like that going on, and not have to go to the property physically each and every time you need to make some changes. So it really makes it for a nice setup holistically when you move to the IP systems like this. Also, it tends to drop telecom costs. So instead of a bunch of analog lines, being able to have SIP carriers allows for a cost savings, not only, on the monthly service bill of it, but in general, a Yeastar system is going to be quite the cost savings to, a traditional Mitel, ShoreTel type hotel solution that you would see in the marketplace. And those can be tens of thousands of dollars versus, something that you could put in for, even a big hotel. That would be quite a bit of cost savings with the Yeastar solution. So go ahead, Jason, we can move along. By the way, I forgot to mention, you guys, we do have the chat open, or sorry, the questions panel open. Feel free to drop questions in there. Angela, our marketing director, is monitoring that for us, so she can stop us down or hold your question to the end, depending on where you, what you ask and when. So don't be afraid to pop any questions in there that you see come up in your mind. So the S-Series PBX is the one that handles the hospitality solution for Yeastar. We're going to see in a minute, there's multiple flavors on that. So, and then the TA series is the model number series that you would look for when you're looking at gateway for analog rooms, if that's the way your property wants to do the LAN architecture. So go ahead, Jason, we can move on. So here's the family lineup on the S-Series. I probably wouldn't recommend terribly the 412 or the S20 too much on a hotel property that just don't tend to have the max concurrent calls necessary, given that most properties have, at least 15 or 20 rooms, and if you get calls making there and then the business offices making calls, you quickly run out of talk paths. So I would, focus my attention on the S50, S100, S300. Also, if you get into a bigger property and, it says 500 registrations on the user count for the S300, there are resort properties and bigger hotels that could have 1,000 rooms, 1,500 rooms, depending on what you manage to uncover in your workday. And so I just want to make sure that you understand that we can stack these and cross-register them to each other and make it act as a holistic system and carry that higher user count and higher max concurrent call count upwards of whatever you need to do that. So don't look at this as a limitation. This is, you would just put in multiple systems and stack them together and make a larger architecture out of it. Go ahead, Jason, you can move on there. And so the gateways are very similar to that. They stack. So there's 4, 8, 16, 24, and 32 port model densities. They stack in any iteration. So if you need a 32 and a 16, don't be afraid of that. You would simply stack those with each other, and that would give you that port availability in aggregate. So Jason, you can go ahead and move to the next slide. So here's a very common architecture on, I'd say, a 3-floor hotel. Those floors tend to have an aggregation closet. Old school like me calls it a IDF, intermittent distribution frame. That would be where the wiring hits each floor, and then the wiring down to the main system would come on the riser extensions. This is very common, again, architecture. We've added in here the LAN side with the PBX, and then gone a step further, and we want to introduce the idea of property management systems, or PMS systems, to you now. The Yeastar system is equipped and enabled to add a PMS integration by way of a third-party vendor called CHAR. Yeastar has a very nice app that integrates the CHAR licensing and architecture into the PBX by way of an app or a license, if you will. It's a one-time fee. It is not ongoing, so that's very nice for you that you just enable it upfront. It's a one-time cost, and then you, as the manager of the hotel PBX system, can choose to bill your customer ongoing for maintenance or anything else, right? But you don't have the backside cost of having an annual cost for that app. So we'll get into more of that architecture, but you can see here the IP phones stay on the LAN. You have the Yeastar PBX series there in the hotel on the LAN as well. And then these gateways sit on the LAN, but they're converting the architecture of analog room phones to be able to be utilized in this solution. So we can move on there, Jason. So PMS integration, this is the middleware, the app, if you will, is from CHAR. They're third party. You buy that license from them directly. The things that it allows for the system to do, so let's back up a step and talk about the hotel at large. So Hilton properties and other big hotel properties, they tend to work in their PMS, meaning they check guests in there, they do room service requests there, wake up call requests there. So that's their normal modus operandi, if you will. That's the program they're in all day long. So when you have a property that has a nice PMS that they work in, they're probably going to want this integration because it lets their employees not have to learn a new tool to do things within the PBX with the guest. So whatever they do in the PMS, there's a synchronization link, and those things translate back and forth from the PMS to the PBX and from the PBX to the PMS. So check in, check out, managing room status. What that means is the maid or attendant for the rooms can, when she's done making up a room and it's ready for the next day or the next guest to arrive, she can simply pick up the phone and dial a code, and that room then changes its status from not ready to ready for a guest to use. Wake up calls similarly done that way. You'll also get call data from the PBX transferred to the PMS if you're going to bill your customers for local or long distance calls, and that's your normal billing platform. Then it's going to translate over like that. PMS is supported by CHAR are quite a large list, and all of the big ones are there: Fidelio, Protel, and Hilton OnQ. I have not heard of Micros. Sorry, that's Micros Fidelio. I guess there was a merger there. Fidelio was the name I had remembered in the past. Anyway, all of the major platforms are there. Just you'll go to the CHAR integration app website and check to make sure that whatever PMS your current hotel project is working with has their integration, and then you're pretty well good to go. There's just a couple of licenses for the apps on the Yeastar side we'll need to enable you with, and then you can populate that. And Jason's going to go through some of the screenshots and things like that in these different items that show you what's going on here. So go ahead to the next slide there, Jason.
Yeah.
So the hotel app, and Jason, you can jump in here too. I'm going to give a quick description and then let you expand on that as needed. So the hotel app is probably not too necessary when you're using a PMS integration, because again, the customer employees are used to working in that PMS system, and if you integrate it, they'll pretty much stay over there. in terms of doing their daily work. The hotel app, though, is really nice for these, chain hotels or independent operators who don't necessarily have a PMS, but they want a GUI interface. They want their employees to have a nice interface to do these things for their guests, check them in, check them out, room management, wake up calls, that sort of thing, in a easy to use, non-technical type application. So you'll use the hotel app in those solutions. Is that pretty much correct there, Jason?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I did it right. There we go.
Sure.
I think we're ready for the demo, Jason. Is that right? Is that the next slide?
Yeah, of course. I think we're ready for the live demo. And I'm actually going to take over right now. All right. And also thank you, Steve, for the, the presentation part. Now, guys, I'm going to switch it on the live demo, show you guys more details about the solutions on our S-Series PBX for your hospitality. All right, take a look. I'm going to switch it on my browser now, and I think you guys can see the screenshot is changing. All right, it's switched on my browser. Now, this is the interface of our S-Series PBX. Our solution is like Steve mentioned before. We give you guys two options. It totally depends on what kind of customers, what kind of projects are we going to handle for now. All right. So if this is going to be a project for a big hotel, like 4-star, 5-star hotel, anyway, I'm pretty sure they're using PMS, Property Management System. Big guys, all right. So if they're using property management system, now good thing is our system got a pretty good compatibility with that. We have a, we just have a solution for that. The solution we have on our system for big guys, for big hotels, is actually called chart integration. So you guys can simply jump into the S-Series PBX and you can go access the App Center, something called App Center here. Just jump into the App Center. And there you go. In this drop-down list, you can find there's application, which is called Chart. That's a third-party vendor, like Steve mentioned before. So when you try to use the Chart integration for this solution, integrate your PBX with your PMS, probably like Hilton's or Micros Fidelio. Anyway, the first thing you're supposed to get is you're actually going to get a license from Char because that's a third-party application. You're supposed to get that license first. And then you're supposed to get this application on Yeastar. That's just a license on our PBX to enable this integration between our PBX and Chart integration. That's it. So you simply just get this Chart integration application. Well, I guess you guys can just apply for this license directly. And I think we provide you guys 30-day free trial. You can just start a free trial first. And if you want to get the license, you can just contact our, distributor. You guys can just contact StreetWave directly to enable this chart integration. I'm sorry, guys. It seems that I don't have this license. But anyway, let me just talk about this. About this chart integration is pretty simple. Now, once you enable this application on your S-Series PBX, when you try to configure it for the integration, I don't think you need to do anything there. The only thing you're going to do for the configuration is actually kind of like the authorization. I think you just need to put your char username and the password. That's it. That's the only thing you're supposed to do. Just put your char username and the password to enable this integration. And as for the rest of the work, the configuration, the rest of the part, the rest of our configuration work will be handled by your char application. It's not handled by our PBX. We don't need to do anything there. You just go jump into your char application. You can figure out that. That's pretty simple. So this is the first solution we were talking about. A pretty good solution for some big hotels. And actually, we got some cases. We have some cases in the global market, but I'm not so sure we have any cases in the States. But we have some actual cases in, I guess, in some European countries, some hotels like in Italy, in Greece. They're actually currently using such a solution like that. All right, now let's keep going. Another solution we have on the Yeastar S-Series PBX, which is going to be a pretty good solution. It's like a budget control solution for some, not a big hotel, for some small hotels, so for some chain hotels like Holiday Inn, or anyway, just some like a 3-star hotel or motel anyway. Means they don't have enough budget for purchasing a PMS. Or maybe we could say it's not necessary for them to get a property management system, just a couple of rooms. They don't need a property management system. They don't have so many, complex services. They just the only thing to provide to our customers is just room service, I guess, room services. So they can actually use our hotel application. It's right over here. Same thing, same as what I said before. You're going to go access the App Center, and you can find this hotel application. It's right over here. So this is also a one-time charge. You're going to buy this application from our, PBX directly. I mean, you guys can contact Straightway for getting this application directly. All right. Wait a sec. Got a question here is, which brand hotels are currently using your product here in the States? Okay, good question, guys. Like I said, we don't have a case study in the States for now. We just have some case studies in other countries, not in the States. All right. I'm just gonna keep going. All right. So let's keep going here. Another solution is about this hotel application. It's a pretty good solution for small hotels, and you can get this application, like I said. All right. Now, once you get the license of this application, you will have the application on your PBX interface. It's going to be this one. All right, so let's just turn it on. This is going to be the application based on your PBX. So it's kind of like if you get this application on your PBX, it's kind of like you just make your telephony system work as the mini property management system simultaneously. I guess we could say something like that. So let's take a look. Now, once we get this application, how do we get started? How do we start to use it? Pretty simple. You're going to use your telephony system to manage a bunch of rooms. So the first step you're supposed to do is to create a bunch of extensions. Like I have 50 rooms, then I'm supposed to create 50 extension users, right? Because I'm going to distribute 50 different phones for different rooms. Definitely, I'm supposed to create 50 user extensions on my PBX first. And then once we jump into this hotel application, all of your extensions, the extensions you created on your telephony systems will be synchronized on this application, automatically. So when we try to get started to use this application, first thing we're supposed to do is just click on General. All right, enable this application. This is the first step. And then let's just take a look. We're going to have some general preferences settings. First one is going to be your room settings. All right, it's pretty clear, pretty simple. We have this one, lock when checkout. It has been enabled automatically. That's quite clear. If you enable this feature, means if there's a room we created, the customer just check it out, then this room will be locked. Means that that phone will not going to be available to use, right? And also we have calling between rooms. It has been enabled automatically. Definitely you can disable this. Means different rooms, they can make a call between each other. And we also have room must be clean. So this is pretty smart. It has been automatically enabled here, but I guess this is pretty smart. So because if we're using this application for room management, like room check-in, room check-out, definitely we're supposed to make sure the room has been cleaned. Otherwise, this room is supposed to be something not available, right? So if we enable this, definitely the system will show us the notification. Hey, there's a room, it's not clean, so we're not supposed to make this room for another check-in. Yeah. And also we have use room name as caller ID name. Definitely we're going to keep it this way to simplify our job, because like I said, this application, it's based on your telephony system. Means you're going to use your S series PBX to manage your hotel rooms, manage your rooms. So you don't want to get yourself be confused. So the easiest way for you to manage everything is I'm actually going to use my extension numbers, just, the room name as the caller ID name. I just want to simplify my job, right? And this is going to be default checkout time. I guess in the States, we probably check out on 11 o'clock. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so we can just change the time here. And then this is going to be guest setting. You can also enable this. Display the custom fields in guest information. Well, that's optional. If you want to enable this, you can definitely enable this. And then just put something here. It's customizable, right? You can definitely drop whatever you prefer there. Or maybe let's just create a general setting. So I'm just going to disable that. Let's keep going. The next part, we have feature codes. A bunch of feature codes. For example, just take an example. The first one, add minibar items. So if you're going to use telephony system to add a minibar items, like I have Coke, I have water, anyway, I can actually use this feature codes. Means I just use that feature code to, change my system setting to add a new minibar item on the telephony system directly for helping me to calculate everything. Then here we have currency unit and VAT. Yeah, you can change your currency unit. Let's just change it to USD. All right. Then name of tax, it's going to be value added tax, of course. And then we have give you guys two options. You can have VAT 1 and VAT 2. You can change the VAT like 6%, 5%. I guess that's just a very general rule there. All right. And next one, that's the part. It's going to be company. This company actually means the way how you're going to customize your billing report. If our customer, they check out, once they check out, we're supposed to provide them a billing report, and that billing report, we actually needs to put their, we need to put our logo, our hotel name, our address, our contact, anyway, everything. We're supposed to post it on this billing report. So this company means you can customize that billing report for your hotel. All right. So this company name is going to be your hotel name. For example, I just type in Yeastar, and this is going to be your company address. You can just type it here, and this is going to be your contact number. There you go. You can customize the logo. So you guys can see I just upload a logo here. That basically means next time if anyone check out, then I can just generate the report, and that report will be displayed. We'll just show you Yeastar logo, Yeastar information, like that. So this is a general setting. Now make sure everything is well configured and you're actually ready to go. So let's keep going. The next
Jason,
part,
Jason,
yeah,
back up 1 second. I
yeah,
wanted to take note of these small circles with the I in them. Those
yeah,
are
sure.
handy. These are fly out sort of suggestions or tips and tricks about what each field is doing and sort of what the recommended settings might be. So like if you hover on calling between rooms up there, that'll probably give you some explanation, about when I do this, if it's checked, they can or can't call each other. It's things like that. So rather than having a manual with very detailed stuff, if you just need a quick helper, these things are located throughout this app, and in fact in the Yeastar PBX programming as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know these are there as a little helper tips and tricks. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So some tips, you guys can see we got this blue bubble, whatever. You can just put your mouse on it. So you will see this hint. You will see this tips. All right. It's like a short user manual, very short, but it basically just explain what is this, how do we use this. Okay. Then next step, we can actually click on email template. I don't think we need to change anything here. I guess we can use the default here, but it really works. Take a look. First one we have here is booking template. Means anyone, if they book a room from our side, our system can actually just send them a notification mail. This is going to be the booking template. Just tell them that, hey, how's it going? You've already booked a room from our hotel, and these are all the information for this, room booking. And also next template we have here is going to be cancel booking template. Like if I cancel a room booking, I will also be able to get a email notification from this PBX. It will be sent by this PBX. All right. So that's why I said this PBX, this application is kind of like the solution. We just turn our PBX work as the property management system simultaneously. Yeah. And then we have holiday settings. So you can definitely add some holidays because for different holidays, probably our pricing will be different. For example, like during Christmas, I don't know, or maybe during New Year. Anyway, probably they're going to raise the price. So you can actually set different holidays here. And later on, we can actually set the pricing for the room management. So this is just the way how you set the holiday. It could be a very specific holiday on a particular day, or it could be a holiday some not a particular day. I guess like a Thanksgiving, that's not a particular day. That's just like a fourth Thursday November. Yeah, you can just customize it by yourself here. So this is your holiday configuration. Then this is gonna be minibar, which I mentioned before. So if you want to add a new minibar item, you're supposed to use the feature code plus the digit here, right? And the mini bar digit, you can choose 1 digit or 2 digits mode. All right, 2 options are available for you. So you guys can see I set something already. This is going to be water, Coke, coffee. You can put whatever you want, type it in, and this is going to be the price, and this is going to be the VAT. It's just pretty simple, nothing special. You can simply just follow these items step by step, create a bunch of items for minibar. Okay. And this is going to be call rate. I guess this is not so popular for now because everybody got a smartphone. I think they don't need, usually they don't use the hotel phone for making a call, but we do support that feature. So like we have some, this is a telephony system. Definitely we have some phone lines, FXO lines, PSTN line anyway, or ISDN channel or SIP lines anyway. We have some phone lines on this telephony system. So definitely we can provide this sort of service to our guests. So if you're in the hotel, you want to make a call there, you can definitely do it. And I can actually set a call rate here. So this is basically just the way how we charge you if you use the hotel phone for external call. You want to call anyway, anyone, whoever you want to call, just go ahead. And this is going to be the way how we calculate, the call rate. That's it. Okay. Then this is going to be billing, and the billing report, like I said, if you check out, you will see the billing report. Now, I've already checked out several times before. You guys can see these are all the billing reports generated by the system. Just want to show you guys. Have a look here. So this is going to be the billing report, which I was talking about before. Now, once you checked out, you will have the billing report created by the system automatically. And these are totally customizable. The custom billing report, like I said before, this is going to be a logo, your information, and you can click on this printer. So you will be able to print it out. You can just give this billing report to your customers. Okay, now let's get back. So now we can actually start talking about to use this application for room management. How do we start it? Well, all the basic settings, if we figure them out, then I guess the only thing left for us now is to create a bunch of rooms. All right, so we are gonna go access room management. Here we have room type and room setup. Room type is so clear. This is so simple. If you're running a hotel, you're probably providing different types of room, like king size, standard, special, whatever, premium, standard, anyway. So you can just add different room types. For example, I want to create a standard, so I'm just gonna click. I'm just enter a standard room, and I can set a VAT for this standard, right? For the standard room. The standard type. Okay. Then as general room, you can select it. This is going to be your weekday. This is going to be weekends. Of course, we're going to use Monday to Friday as weekday. Saturday is our weekends. Then you can set a price for weekday price. A weekday price probably maybe, I don't know, maybe $200. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't change the currency unit. You guys will need to change it. All right, change it to USD, and this is going to be $200 for weekday. For weekends, probably going to be $250. I don't know. I just type it here. For holiday price, maybe let's see $300. Anyway, so here's going to be holiday settings. All right. If you don't have a holiday, you never configure it. You click on that. So our application gonna jump back to this page, so you can add a new holiday. All right. Then let's get back here. Let's just get back. All right. So you can definitely set the different pricing for holiday, for weekends, for weekday, and you can also enable hourly stay. For example, for some motel, I guess they will provide such a service, hourly stay. So I can set available time maybe from, let's say, I don't know, maybe 2 o'clock p.m. to let's say 6 p.m. All right. So this is going to be the available time for hourly stay. So anyone they can register in the hotel as the hourly stay service. Get this hourly stay service. Anyway, so I can set an initial time. Will be 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever, and you can set a price for initial time. Initial price could be maybe $20, $50, kind of like that. All right. So this is about the room type configuration. You can add multiple room types, and then you can go access room setup. All right. So this is the thing I mentioned before. If you create some extensions, they will be synchronized over here, and you can just add a new room here. All right. Extensions, they're all going to be synchronized here. All right. So you create a bunch of extensions on your telephony system. Then you, in this drop-down list, you click on it. All of our extensions, they're going to be posted here. So that's why I just said at the very beginning. I just said we're supposed to set the room name, room name as same as our caller ID, as same as our extension number. That'll be simplified for us to manage the room, right? So like you have room one, you just create an extension which is 1002, and probably that room number is just 1002. It's pretty simple for you to manage it. All right. Otherwise, you might probably get confused. Then this is going to be room name. To make it simple, just like I said, I'm just going to name this room 1002. All right. Then room type, if I have something already, like I got a king size, so I would just select king size. So room number 1002. Extension number is also 1002, and the room type is going to be king size. There you go. Then I click on save. So here we go. That's the way how I'm going to add a new room in this application, on this application, sorry. Then don't forget to click on this apply button, that orange button, all right? So whatever you've changed on this application, click on save, then click on apply. All right, make sure it will work. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay, so this is the way how we set a new room. And now, next step, we're gonna go access room list. So all the rooms you've created on the system will be posted here. So you will be able to see this is free, this is clean, means these rooms are available for check-in. So this button is available for you to click on it. So if I have a new random customer, let's see, this is a random customer. He just want to check in. I can just take a look. All right, I guess you need a king size room, 1002. Probably this room is okay for you. I'm gonna check it in. All right. So when I click on check in, we'll see this pop up. I can, just enter the customer information. I would just need to enter your name, your ID card. It could be ID card or passport, whatever. Just put your certificate ID right over here. Your mobile number, your phone number. Anyway, these are all optional. It totally depends on you. Whatever you need, you can just put it here. You need a mailbox, you just drop the mailbox here. You need a mobile number, you type it in. That's it. And also here we have a wake up call setting. So like if this customer, he want to set a wake up call, he said, I got a meeting tomorrow, so I probably need a wake up call service. We can add a wake up call for him. It could be one time or every day or a custom time, right? Let's see, this is gonna be one time wake up call. Time will be, I guess, maybe 5 o'clock. All right, 5 o'clock in the morning, and the prompt you can select. It's customizable as well, because this is a telephony system. So we have a feature which is called custom prompt. So if you want to you want to customize the prompt for this wake up call, you can definitely record it. You can use your extension. You can use your extension to record a custom prompt. Then in the drop down list, you can select the custom prompt which you recorded before. All right. And here's going to be repeat times. How many times are we going to play this prompt to this customer? All right, for the wake up call, right? And this is going to be repeat interval. Like I'm going to wait for 5 minutes. If you never do anything there, then I'm going to start another turn. All right. So this is the wake up call setting. Like I said, this is going to be the way how we check in for a random customer. Now, what if someone he just already booked a room? He already booked the room before. So we can go to the booking list. Like if someone he's just trying to book a room on our this hotel application, we can just click on add here. All right, like someone's calling me right now, and he just told me, hey, I want to book a room right now. So I can just help him to set a booking here. I can select the room type for him, and I can just input his information, his personal information in advance. And I can also set a check-in time. Just confirm with him, check with him. Hey, what's about the time? What time are you going to check in? All right. I can set it over here, and I can also set a checkout time because this is just room booking. All right, and that's flexible for me totally. For example, I'm going to put my information here. All right, and let's select passport, and this is just going to be passport number. Anyway, put it here and also drop my mailbox here. Okay. All right, that's it. Mobile number is optional, of course. I can put it here, then I can click on save. So this is the way how I'm gonna help this customer to book a room. All right. When this customer comes to the hotel, now we can just simply click on this, help him to check in. He just told me, hey, what's up? I just booked the room before. Now I want to check in. I can just click on this check-in button to make it work directly. This is about the booking. Oh, and by the way, another one we have here is the room group. Room group, it works for some specific scenarios. I guess Steve just mentioned before, like if there's a party for wedding, there's a schedule for meeting or some road show. I don't know, or maybe there's like a bunch of tourists. A bunch of tourists that they want to book a room. We can also help them to use the room group, because that means a bunch of people, they will like to room a couple of rooms, but they just want to stay with each other. So we can help them to create a room group here. Definitely we can do it here. Now currently you guys can see I don't have it because I never create a bunch of extensions for those rooms. If you want to use this feature, first of all, you're supposed to create a bunch of rooms. Make sure all these rooms are available, then you will be able to see them posted in the list here. So you can select them right now for this, like a tourist, a couple of tourists, or a party of wedding. Anyway, a bunch of peoples. That's it. And another thing we have here is going to be the guest list. So whoever, if he just already booked the room, checked in, checked out, then his information will be posted in the guest list. So our system will automatically save that customer information in the guest list here. So just make sure maybe next time he's going to visit this hotel again, so we can set him as the regular customer. And next time I can help him to book a room directly, or I can help him to check in directly, because you're kind of like a regular customer for this hotel. All right. And let's take a look on the room list. For example, if a room has been booked, has been checked in. All right, let's see checked in. All right. Okay, let me try to do this. So you will see the status turns to this. Free will be disappeared. It's not free right now. It's occupied, of course. And this is going to be check out. This is going to be move. So if this customer, he want to move the room, he want to switch the room, I can help him to switch a room. Like you don't want to live in this room. You probably want to change to another room. I can select it for you right over here, and I can put extra charges. For example, if you want to change your room, it's not for free. I can put extra charges here. Let's see, $10 maybe. And notes here, I can just say this is the charge. This is going to be charges for room switching, of course. All right. And for room checkout, you can click on this. All right. And here's also the same page, the same pop-up you will have here. Extra charges, you can definitely put it here. For example, if this guy he just broke something in the room, we can definitely put the extra charges here. In the notes here, we can just say he broke television, whatever, telephone, anyway. And we can enable send email. So that information, the notes we take in here will be sent by email to his mailbox. All right, just make sure you know it. We've already notified you. You did something in that room, so that's why we charge you additionally. All right. Now, when you click on check out, something gonna happen, guys. Check this. The clean, room clean, that check will be, I guess that one will be, check on this. Double click to change the status. Means currently the status of clean it's not clean. Right now, this room is not clean because that customer just checked out. So it means if I never confirm with the room whether this is clean or not, I wanna check in again. It won't work. You guys can see. Failed to check in. The room hasn't been cleaned. So you have to make sure this room is cleaned already. Just confirm that room has been cleaned. Then you double click on that. This status will be switched back. Now you can check in for another customer. Generally speaking, this is pretty easy to use. This hotel application is very simple to use. It's not a complex. I guess you can just take a look here, and pretty sure you can figure out how to use this application. And by the way, this is also a pretty good budget control solution. Lots of small hotel users, they are using this application right now. I guess we have lots of projects in I think we have projects in Singapore, we have projects in Indonesia, we also have a project in Italy, Greece. Some hotels, they're actually currently using this application because, like I said, those hotels are not not big hotel. So they do care about budget control. They don't have a property management system, but they want to have a proper solution which can help them to solve their management issues, their management problems. Then this is a pretty good solution for them. All right. Yeah, I guess that's it. That was all about this hotel application, guys. You guys take a look, see if there's any questions.
Jason, we have a couple more slides, I think, on the deck we need to go through as well.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna switch it back to slides.
So what we didn't cover, we just looked at the actual hospitality solution with the PBX. Obviously, it's a fully functional PBX with all the features and functions that you would expect to have in the marketplace. And the ability to customize, as Jason was mentioning, we can have FXO lines or traditional POTS lines if the customer's in an area that is not serviced by great internet. We have ISDN, T1, PRI, in Europe B1 connections and all that. So we can build the PBX interface to connect to whatever either traditional PSTN or SIP lines or mixture of those that you need to outfit the hotel with in terms of in and outbound calls. And you'll program that PBX the same as you would for a business or any other place that you're going to put a PBX with inbound call rules, outbound call rules. You're just not going to have things like queues and some other the advanced telephony features. You may not have those in a hotel, but the hospitality feature that's overlaid in here that we just showed you allows for that specific functionality that hotels need to run their daily operations. So I think this is an excellent solution. We're selling it a lot to independent operators. And by the way, guys that own one hotel don't tend to own one hotel. They tend to be small groups where they might own 3 or 4 or 5 or 10, and they're using the franchises for things like Holiday Inn and Budget Suites and Super 8 and some of the things like that, Red Roof Inn and the others that they may have a corporate architecture that says you have to meet these minimum standards, but they don't generally specify that you have to have XYZ PBX or whatever. So these people are open to those decisions locally for their properties or for their management groups. So we see a lot of management groups that will standardize on a solution like this. And if you're lucky enough to find one, they typically run between 50 and 150 rooms, 2 to 3, 5 floors, something like that. And they carry a brand name that's nationally recognized, but they can make local decisions for their group on what equipment they actually want to put in. Additionally, you're going to see that new service hotels will sometimes put in analog room phones, and we're starting to see a lot more take rate on IP PBX or IP telephones in the room. And I just wanted to mention here, if you go on the Streakwave website, look up a manufacturer on their fan bill, they have a very nice suite of hotel H series phones that are all purpose-built hotel room phones, but they're IP, not analog. So they have the traditional princess looking phone. They've got other phones that have a more hotel look and feel, where there's a concierge desk, front desk buttons, and things like that built into the architecture of the phone that you can nameplate brand and things like that. So it's a very, very nice solution. If you run across a hotel, a new build specifically, probably more so than the others, where you can offer these phones that'll have the IP all the way to the room. And so that eliminates all the gateway necessary for all the analog conversions. So just be aware of that. So go ahead, Jason, to the next slide. Right. So this we've already talked. I just talked about this, so we can go on.
Yeah.
So Jason, I'll
Yeah.
let you cover these.
Okay. Okay. So for successful cases, like I said, currently we don't have a case study in the States, but we have some successful cases in other countries in global market. Just want to share with you guys. Just take a quick look. All right. This one is actually deployed in Italy. Grand Hotel Olimpo. Olimpo? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, this hotel currently they're using our S100, like I said. They actually deploy our S100 with our TA2400 FXS gateway for that solution. They take a couple of TA2400 FXS gateway by auto provisioning with our S100. So in other words, it's pretty simple for you to figure out the gateway configuration with our PBX. We got this compatibility with our gateway by auto provisioning. Simple mouse click, you can figure out the phone deployment. The only thing left for you to configure is the cabling, I guess. You have a bunch of analog phones, so you just figure out the cabling, plug and play solution, right? And also this solution is quite interesting. They're using 4G module, which is the cordless solution. That's a network backup cordless solution. We do support that. Very interesting. If you guys like this solution, this hotel is not a big one, and I guess their network is not so stable. So they're looking for a cordless backup solution for network. So our answer is the S100 is a pretty good solution. It has this hotel application, help you to manage your hotel. You got a gateway anyway. And the point is, if you want to have a backup solution for your network, simply just take a 4G LTE SIM card with our 4G LTE module, fix it on the PBX. You can use the antenna to make it work. Has the backup solution for your network connection. Means if your network got something wrong there, you can actually use the 4G data for the network connection. Pretty smart. This one is very interesting. And also another one, this one is in Greece, which I mentioned before. This one is actually the solution with Micros Fidelio, property management solution. You guys can see this is a President Hotel. It's a 4-star hotel anyway. The solution they're using now is they take our S-Series PBX with our gateway, of course. And the point is they're running this hotel, the hotel management by using the property management system. So they're just using our chart integration solution. It's very easy to use, guys, this solution, because you don't have to figure out that integration by yourself, because if there's no chart integration, if there's no option for you to do something like that, when you try to figure out the integration between a telephony platform with your hotel management system, it's going to be really complex. You will need to spend lots of time. You will need to find a very special, specific engineer for helping you to figure out that. But this solution is easy to use. It's just a ready-to-go solution. You get this chart integration application on our system. You get the chart license, and there you go. That's it. So this is another case which is quite interesting. Yeah. And also, guys, another one just want to talk about here is previously that question was asking about the case study in the States. Well, actually, I wanna announce this to you guys. We do hope to collect some case studies from you guys, in the States, local market, because honestly, like I said, we don't have a case study from the United States. But I guess this is going to be really helpful. This is going to be really important if we have some successful cases. So this is kind of like an announcement. Just hope you guys can, submit some successful cases which are using our Yeastar S-Series PBX for the hotel project. All right, and you guys can see this. Please just share your successful story with Yeastar. Yeastar will award one winner of the Best Hospitality Successful Case. The winner will get full rebate for the S-Series PBX unit. That's it. This is kind of like a special offer for you guys, or this is also kind of like a special activity for Yeastar to collect some successful cases from you guys. All right.
And Jason,
all right.
Jason, it doesn't have to be a new build. So some of these customers that may be with us today may have already installed a Yeastar unit out there, and if we can successfully get a case study and that person selected, again, whatever you paid for that PBX when you bought it and deployed it, that's the rebate you'll get from Yeastar for helping out with a case study, in addition to being highlighted in the case study itself and so forth. So I think it's a great deal. It's a very nice offer from Yeastar. So if you've got anything already deployed or you're working on anything, keep this in mind and let us know, and we'd be happy to help get that coordinated.
Exactly. That's right.
So guys, again, this is Steve and Jason. We appreciate you guys being here. We've come to the end of the presentation. Doesn't look like, Angela, we have any more questions came in?
Just the one question, if there are any hotel brands here in the US.
Yeah, there's not. Well, there are, but not specifically branded.
Right.
I know of a couple that we've done. They're mostly independent operators, so not a brand name yet. Although I'm sure there are some. We just don't have any data on that specifically. So feel free to reach out to me, Steve Turner at Streakwave. That's steve.turner@streakwave.com, my email address. Be glad to help with any projects, recommend some equipment, get you help with configuring the configuration on the PBX for the need of the hotel and everything. So look forward to doing some projects with y'all. And by the way, this was recorded, so it will be posted up later, and you'll get a copy if you wanted to review anything that's on here. So Jason, thank you for your time today. I know it's late in your neck of the woods, but I appreciate you staying up late and being with us today.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Y'all have a great
everyone.
day.
Bye.
All right. So that was all we have. All right, guys. Have a nice day. Take care.